Okay, the next handout, this is now Unit 7, Section 3A. So this is the very first one. We're looking at box and whisker plots. And your directions are write out the 5-number summary for each data set, then create a box and whisker plot. So they give me all the things I have to do. So here's my number line. So I got to find the minimum, maximum, and then the 3 quartiles. One thing to keep in mind, quartile 2 is the median of all my numbers. Okay, quartile 3, median of upper half. Quartile 1 is the median of lower half. Okay, so those are the definitions you got from your notes. So what's nice is that number 1, they're already ordered for me from least to greatest, so the minimum number is pretty simple. That's 3. The maximum number is 22. So now on my graph I can really quickly put 3 and 22. So I can put those right on my graph right now, nice and big. Okay. Now I start figuring out the median of all the numbers. Now, median of all, remember, that's going to be my middle number. Okay, middle number. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 numbers. 11 divided by 2 is 5.5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.5 would be now, go up 5 that way, and then there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on the upper half. So 13 is my median. Okay, that's quartile number 2. Quartile 3, I just look at the upper half now, and there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 numbers, so the middle number would be 17. And then if I look at the median of the lower half of numbers, 1, 2, 3, there's 5 numbers here, and the middle number is 6. So I have everything I need to make my box and whisker plot now. So I plot quartile 1, which is 6. And it is actually one of my numbers, which is nice. Quartile 3, which is 17. And then 13 is the median of all of them. So my box I have is from 6 up to 17. So that's the first thing you do, is get your box in there. And then you plot all the rest of your points. So I would plot 5, 6 is there, there's 7, 11 now has a dot, 13 is already there, 15, 16, 17 is already there, 18, and 22. So there you have your box and whiskers. Okay, whisker this way only goes to 3, and the whisker this way goes all the way up to 72. So there you go, box and whisker plot. Okay, let's do number 2. This time I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 numbers. So I would count up to 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 16 is my middle number. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 16 is my middle number. So that's quartile number 2. The minimum is 5 down here. The maximum is 24 right there. Now I have 1, 2, 3, 4 numbers here on the bottom. Remember, 16 is my quartile 2, so the lower half are just 1, 2, 3, 4 numbers. There's a tie now between 7 and 9. So off to the side, I would go 7 plus 9. That's 16 divided by 2. That gives me 8. Okay, again, since there's a tie, we have to add those together and divide by 2. Upper half, 1, 2, 3, 4 numbers here, 22 and 23. So I'm going to add 22 and 23, and I get 45. Divide that by 2, and I get 22.5. So now start plotting these on the graph. The minimum is 5. The maximum is 24. Quartile 2 is 16. Quartile 8, or 1 is 8. And quartile 3 is 22.5, so right in the middle. So if I make my box, from quartile 1 up to quartile 3. Again, here's Q1, here's Q3, Q2 is right here. I should have done that back up here too as well. Q3, right here is Q2, and then here we have Q1. Okay, now I go through and make sure I have all my points on my graph. So 5, there's 7, 10, 16 is there, 18, 22, 23, and 24. And we are done. Now notice that 8 is not one of my numbers. 8 just allows me to plot where Q1 is, and 22.5 is also not one of my data points. So keep that in mind. Alright, so I'll let you do number 3 on your own. I think that'll do it. And we'll go on to the second handout, which would be 7.3b. Okay.